Yo, what's up guys? Felix from Giant Lifestyle. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about college and is it a good fit and should you go? Now, before we get into this video, be sure to check the links down in the description where I have videos about how to buy and resell medical commodities, how to buy and resell pallets, how to recover surplus funds, how to become an independent courier, and also my book that I wrote with my buddy Nasser on how to wholesale real estate. My contact information and social media is also down in the description below. But like I said, in this video, we're going to be talking about college and is it a good fit? Should you do it? Should you go? Or should you take your own path? Now, I think the one thing about college that kind of makes it less valuable is, in my opinion, when everybody's going left, you should go right. How many people are going to college every single year? How many people are graduating college every single year? Now, maybe 60, 70 years ago, that degree, that receipt, that piece of paper, because I say receipt because some colleges you're paying a few thousand a year, but some colleges you're paying $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year to get a receipt or a piece of paper to say that you are an expert or that you have sufficiently passed these tests to know about this specific maybe knowledge or industry or area of expertise, when in reality, yes, you did a lot of study on it, but how much actual in the field work have you actually done on it? Because you could study stuff all day. A lot of people watch YouTube videos all day, but the most important thing is whatever you learn, it's about implementation and actually putting it into action. So in my personal opinion, yes, college is good in a way, and I'll talk about it, how it could be good for certain people. But the thing that kind of lowers the value is that everybody and their grandmother have a college degree. See, you could have a college degree in business or finance, but it really means nothing compared to the guy who goes out there and did what it took to build a real business. He had to sell, he had to negotiate, he had to manage his finances, he had to know taxes, he had to know law. He needed to build real skill sets. And that's where I think college really doesn't implement that into the foundation of what you do. They give you a lot of theory. They have somebody up there talking about certain ideologies and certain, practices, but they don't actually give you real tactics to go out there and implement it. So in my personal opinion, college can be good, but you have to ask yourself, what do you really want? Do you want to be an entrepreneur like myself, where I could wake up at sometimes 8 a.m. or like today, I went to bed real late and I woke up around 12:30 and I could still make money, I could still run my business, I could travel, I could own my properties, I can run businesses, I can automate things, and I could step back and live a life of true freedom? Or do you want to work in the corporate field? Do you want to grow with a company? Do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be a lawyer? Do you want to be a teacher? So I think it's the most important that you figure out what you want to do, because I think if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, maybe those three things, maybe a cop or in law enforcement. I think law enforcement do need some sort of college degree nowadays. Then maybe it is a good fit. Like, for example, my cousin, she's a Spanish teacher, and with that, you do need to go to school and get educated to be able to teach. But the shitty end of the stick for that is she went to school for all these years, and even though she loves what she does, how much could you really love it when you're struggling to pay your bills? Now, money isn't everything, I understand that, but the reason that I go hard to make a lot of money is because what money allows me to do. It gives me the options to live in a really nice apartment like this, or to live on the opposite side of the city where it's not so nice. So in the end, you should figure out what you want to do. If you want to be in one of those fields like a lawyer, a doctor, a teacher, or maybe law enforcement, then maybe yes, you should go to college. But it's crazy how people who don't go to college, me, for example, I went to college, and then just to give you a little background, I dropped out of college after basically a year and have built a very multiple six-figure business. And right out of high school, all my friends were applying for these big universities, and I wanted that college experience. I applied for like 10, 11 schools, got denied by every single one. So I'm like, okay, let me go to community college. Went really hard, worked a part-time job at a grocery store, went really hard, got some good grades, and then I went to the community college for one full, two semesters is what they call it as far as the terminology. Then I transferred into a university out in Ohio, and I went for one semester, dropped out after reading this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, which absolutely changed my life, my mindset, and my mentality about success, entrepreneurship, and finances. But you don't actually need college to become successful. Like I said, if you're not going to become a doctor, lawyer, teacher, or maybe in some sort of law enforcement, you don't need college, because college is going to give you a lot of theory, a lot of things that aren't going to go out and actually make you money. See, there's people that are graduating from some of the best colleges on paper, maybe Harvard, Yale, Princeton, all these, maybe even, I forgot what they call them, Ivy League schools actually is what they say, Ivy League. But if you don't actually have the skill sets to go out there and to sell yourself, I bet you if we both went to some of the maybe JP Morgan or, these big hedge fund companies or big banks where people say, oh, go get your master's or go get an MBA or go get a very well advanced degree, because what I know as an entrepreneur and how to sell myself and how to present myself and show the skill sets I have, I guarantee I'll get the job. I could go into almost any company that quote unquote requires a degree, but because that person that has a degree doesn't actually have skill sets to go with it, it's almost meaningless. So a lot of people in your family, in your circle, in your network will probably tell you go to school, 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 because school is all they know. So you can't blame them, because that's kind of the world that we're, drowned in, masked, and I can't think of the exact word that I want to say, but everybody is going to tell you to go to school. It's what's culturally known to go to school, go to school, go to school. But if you want to acquire real skill sets, because the skill sets you have is going to determine how much money you make. Certain skill sets will keep you between 50 and 100,000, and then certain skill sets will put you between 100 and 500, and then certain skill sets will put you between 500 and a million, and then even certain skill sets will put you to a million plus. But those skill sets aren't going to be developed in school, in a classroom. Now, yes, I do take courses, classes, education to develop my skill sets, my business, and the material and knowledge I have. But that comes with experts who are in my field. See, that's the problem with school, is they've given you people who never built a business. No, let's just talk about, Harvard School of Business or something. Yes, there's a chance somebody in there built a business, but most of the time those people are reading theory. See, the stuff that I would teach somebody that I'm mentoring versus somebody that's going to go to school is way different things. I'm going to show you how to sell, and I'm going to show you real different things. They don't talk mindset. People don't want to hear mindset. They just want to make money, 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 money. But if your mindset isn't razor sharp and super strong, you're never going to be able to make hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. It's impossible. So I say this to say, yes, school is good. Yes, school can be good if you're trying to pick the four things, which is a doctor, a teacher, a lawyer, or some sort of law enforcement. I don't know, maybe I'm missing maybe other fields you need a degree because you need a degree to be a teacher. I can't sell myself and say, hey, look, I could 10x your revenue. A teacher, a doctor, a lawyer, those fields don't care about that. I could walk up into any corporate building versus Johnny, who has a 4-year degree and a master's, and we could go head to head in front of the corporate executive that runs that company. I guarantee I'll get the job because I know how to sell myself, and I know how to, have companies hear what they want to hear. They want to increase revenue. They want to increase customer retention. There's certain sticking points that somebody who probably went to college because they just have theory in their mind and they never actually built a real business, where I built multiple companies, own real estate and stuff like that they simply wouldn't know. So I think the best thing to do is to go out there and learn from the school of hard knocks. Go out there, build a business, try businesses, fail. People are scared to fail. You're going to fail in life. You're going to fail in business, but it's not about how many times you fall down. It's about how many times you get up. So with that being said, unless you're going down the path of those four things, like I said, doctor, teacher, lawyer, or law enforcement, maybe I'm missing a few other things, I would say go out there. You're going to disappoint people. When I first told people in my family that I was dropping out of college and I was going to build my business, everybody was just like, oh my gosh, what is this guy thinking? And now I own a multiple 6-figure business, which should be on to 7 figures by the end of this year. So with that being said, you don't need college. If you're trying to be an entrepreneur, if you're trying to be a business owner, if you're trying to be financially free, go out there, learn from people on YouTube. You can get more game on YouTube. YouTube is at university and it doesn't cost you $1. And you could get, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars worth of game on YouTube from other entrepreneurs like myself and other entrepreneurs. So like I said, if you're not going down those 4 avenues, I think college is a complete waste of time. You're going to accrue a ton of debt, and you're not really going to gain any skill sets. Skill sets is what separates you from the rich and the poor. So with that being said, be sure to put a thumbs up on the video. Be sure to check out the links in the description below for access to my courses and programs, and my contact information and social media is also down there. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.